Welcome to the January 22nd Walnut Creek Planning Commission meeting. Would you call the roll?
Yes. Commissioner Moran.
Here.
Commissioner Count.
Here.
Commissioner Strongman.
Here.
Commissioner Klopp.
Here.
Chair Anderson.
Here.
Commissioners Kwok and Vice Chair Knighting both phoned in that they will not be attending tonight.
Thank you.
So we have a quorum.
Even better. Do we have anything on the consent calendar?
Staff has nothing to recommend to move to
right.
consent.
In that case, we'll move on to item 3, which is public communications. There are two chances that you have to speak as a member of the public, and one is at the hearing for any particular item. You get to speak at each of those. The second one is if there's something you wish to speak on that is not on the agenda, but is within our jurisdiction, you can speak at this time. And if so, just come to the podium or to the microphone. If no one wants to do that, then we will move on. Disclosure of ex parte communications. Anybody have any communications to disclose? All right. Moving right along then. Get to the first public hearing, and this is Pacific Veterinary Hospital for a conditional use permit. You have a staff report on that? We do have a staff report and perhaps some visual aids. There we go.
Okay. So good evening, Planning Commissioners. My name is Gerardo Victoria, Assistant Planner, Community Development. The project before you today is the Pacific Vet Hospital located at 1079 Boulevard Way. Just some site context for you. Here, hold on. Here is Boulevard Way right here. This is Boulevard Circle. The tenant space with the star, that's where the business will be located. The adjacent business is an automotive shop. The site is surrounded by retail at this location, retail across the street, and a chiropractic and salon offices or businesses located at this location. The general plan designation is general retail. The zoning is community commercial. Pet hospital uses are permitted with approval of a conditional use permit. So the business plan calls for 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday. They will be closed Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. The layout are MRI rooms, equipment rooms, control rooms, and offices. No overnight boarding of animals are allowed at this location. No walk-ins are allowed. The facility is entirely enclosed, and 2 to 3 hospital staff will be at the location during hours of operation. So this is the site plan. So the tenant will be located at this right here. It's about 5,000 square feet of tenant space. This is the adjacent business, the automotive shop. Over 30 parking stalls are located here and north over here. The space is building an enclosure, a 6-foot enclosure for the chiller right here, and it is located right here. The floor plan, they enter through here. This is where the MRI is located here in this room right here. You have the control room and equipment room located here. The chiller located on the exterior of the building is located here. The arrow that's pointing diagonally is because of the picture over here was taken a little bit in a diagonal fashion. So this is the location of the chiller right here. The enclosure is going to be located here. So the standard conditional use permit findings do apply as outlined in the draft resolution that has been provided to you. Staff recommends move to adopt a CEQA determination 15301 existing facilities and approve the conditional use permit based on the findings outlined in the draft resolution to allow the Pacific Vet Hospital at 1079 Boulevard Way. I am available for any questions or comments. The applicant, Kira Connery, is also available for any questions or concerns or comments.
Questions for staff? Commissioner Strongman.
What is going on with the second floor of that building?
The second floor has been subleased to the automotive business as an office for them.
Okay, thank you. And I noticed that there is street parking, but when I drove past it the other day, the parking was full.
Yes, yes. So, oh, go ahead.
No, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
And the question is, okay, as long as they have, I guess, 3 or 4 spaces reserved for their employees and I guess the van, it should be okay.
Correct. So they did submit a parking study that showed that for their 2 to 3 employees at a time, they need 2 to 3 stalls, plus 1 additional for the shuttle, and they are adequately parked. The space, or excuse me, the use allows 1 parking stall per 250 square feet of rentable floor area, but because the previous use had the same parking requirement, they're not, they don't need to show additional parking stalls.
Will they be marking those spaces specifically for their, for the vet hospital?
Correct. As the parking analysis stated, they will have to note those.
Thank you.
Questions?
Just a follow-up question to that. I thought I read that they had 7 parking spaces that were allocated to them.
Yes, total 7 to them, and they're outlined here, I believe in green, right here. The space shares 14 with the auto body shop, and then the rest are all for the auto body shop. But because of the parking analysis, they're only required to have 4 total, but they're providing 7, so.
So if they provide 7 that are, you can only park there if you're using the hospital, then that's fewer parking for everybody else, and the parking lot's currently been full?
I don't think it's going to be, I don't think the parking will be assigned.
Okay.
It's just, they've met the parking requirement, and I'm.
I see, okay.
Gerardo didn't mention it, but there's, customers do not go to the site. This is an annex from the hospital in Lafayette. So just, the pet owners will not be here, so.
Gotcha, it's just
Yeah.
the staff and the van. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Commissioner Moran?
Thank you. Forgive my ignorance about the MRI chillers, but is it like an air conditioning unit? You know what I mean? Like outside?
Right.
Makes noise?
The applicant's here, she can shed light on that.
Fair.
Can you hear me from here?
No.
Yes, the chiller is like a heat pump or an air conditioning unit, so it has a fan that helps cool the MRI machine itself. So that runs outside 24/7. Yeah, so, but very similar to an air conditioner. Oh, I'm sorry, my name is Kira Connery. I'm an architect with MD Architects.
Thank you. Any other questions of staff? Okay. And that completed your staff report? Yes? Right. Then I will invite you actually to stay there if you wish.
Sure,
You or anyone else from your group can make a 10-minute presentation if you wish to add to what's been said.
I don't have a presentation to add to Gerardo's today. I just wanted to be here to thank the commission for considering the project and to answer any questions that anyone might have.
Let me start that
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
I'm curious about the first floor. That the space aside from the what's proposed there, the rest of the space is not occupied now. Is that correct?
Correct. They are leasing the space with the intent of just using it for the MRI scanner and the support spaces, the control room and the equipment room, as a supplement to the services that they have at their main hospital.
Okay. So if I'm an employee bringing Fido in to get scanned, I would come in through the entrance, the red there, and then go around and up to the left into the small office space and
Correct.
into
Yeah,
the-
you sort of you go up to the control room door and you would pass through the control room before going into the scan room.
So what I'm curious about is if that other tenant space is occupied later on, will there would have to be some changes made or some restrictions on, or some easements, I guess, across that space to be able to continue to get animals across there?
It's all a single tenant space. So the lease agreement with the landlord is for this and the second floor as a single leased space. So they wouldn't use part of the first floor for another purpose, if I'm understanding your question.
So the veterinary hospital is in fact leasing both floors?
They are currently leasing both
So
floors.
they have complete control over who might
Yes.
be occupying that space and what they might be doing?
Yes.
And whether they like animals?
Yeah, they're subleasing one office room on the second floor to the neighboring auto shop for their sort of secretarial uses. But Pacific Veterinary leases both floors from the landlord, yeah.
Do you know if there's any, plan? Is it just be simple renting for office space or?
I don't think they have any other plans to sublease anything to anyone else. I think the auto shop sublease was just a matter of neighborly convenience.
Okay,
Because they had the space available and they needed some extra space, yeah.
okay. Anyone else? Questions? Commissioner Klopp?
Hi, thank you for coming. And I'm wondering if you're able to answer this question. It relates to safety. So MRI machines are extremely high risk. I'm a nurse, healthcare person. And so I am making an assumption, but I just want to validate it, that they have a machine in a trailer on site in Lafayette right now, and it's being moved to this location, or a device will be placed in this location, so they already know how to work with an MRI, but will the training process and the safety process be consistent and be in place?
Yes, they no longer currently have the trailer. They had the trailer previously. It was removed and the lease on it was ended, so the trailer's no longer in the equation, but they are familiar with general MRI safety protocols as a business and will be observing those and training staff as needed for the new machine that'll be going into this space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
One more
Mr.
question.
Strongman?
Do you know how many MRIs they'll perform per day?
That I do not know. I could certainly find out from the business owner if that's of interest to the committee.
I guess I'm looking at how many trips between this place and Lafayette will take place per day.
I think it varies from what I've heard so far from their general business plan, but I don't have a specific number that I can share.
Okay, thank you.
Is it, do most veterinary hospitals, I know you're the architect out there, but perhaps you can tell me. Do most veterinary hospitals have MRI facilities?
No, it's less common for veterinary. It's becoming a more common service. And so more businesses are looking to add them or to create practices that have them. They do bring in a lot of money for the practices, so it's a draw in that sense, but they are, very serious, expensive pieces of equipment to purchase and maintain.
Would there be any indication that it might be helpful to the veterinarians around the area to be able to use this facility or to bring their animals from other veterinary hospitals?
I don't know. That hasn't come up in our conversations about the business plan with the client, but it seems like a possibility, but not necessarily a specific intent with this project.
Okay. Just to staff, if that were to be the case, where they decided there was a demand for, bringing, animals from other hospitals, would there be additional approvals that would be required to deal with that?
I don't think so. It would just be, and in fact, I would market that if it was me, just to provide that service for different veterinary clinics around.
Okay.
I don't think it would change anything that planning staff would do.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? No? All right,
All right,
thank you very much.
thank you.
And now I'll ask for any public comment on this matter. If anybody in the few people out there and representing the public want to come and speak, that's fine. If not, and I don't see any movement, we'll pass on. And the applicant, of course, has 5 minutes to respond to the comments that were not made. But if you're willing to pass that on, we'll just get on, bring it back to this, close the public hearing and bring it back to the commission. Commissioner Count.
I'm ready to make a motion. Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the resolution for the conditional use permit, application number Y25069, and finding it exempt from CEQA as well.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion about the motion? If not, would you call the roll?
Okay. Commissioner Cound,
Yes.
Commissioner Strongman,
Yes.
Commissioner Moran,
Yes.
Commissioner Klopp,
Yes.
Chair Anderson.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Right. Thank you. And we will move on to the next item, which is Stereo 41 conditional use permit for alcohol sales and service past 11 p.m. Staff report. Thank you.
Good evening, Commissioners, good evening, Chair and members of the Commission. Simmer Gill, Senior Planner with the City, and I apologize, I'm getting over a cold, so if I need to repeat anything, please let me know. So tonight before you is a conditional use permit for Stereo 41. They're requesting to extend their alcohol hours. And the applicant and owner representing the project, Victor, is here tonight. And from the city, we have Lieutenant Drew Olson with the Walnut Creek Police Department, and of course myself to answer any questions you may have after this presentation. And just to quickly orient you with the site, Stereo 41 is located at the corner of, I guess I'll try using this as well, Commercial and Bonanza, and this is the building right there. It is a 3,000 square foot building, and it is surrounded by similar commercial, retail, restaurant type uses. Site is zoned pedestrian retail. Restaurants are permitted by right in this zone, and a conditional use permit is required as the request is to serve alcohol beyond 11 p.m. Just to quickly give you a little background, the project or the restaurant is currently operating under an administrative use permit, which does allow the restaurant to serve alcohol till 11 p.m. 7 days a week. And this was approved in 2025, and then in 2024, prior to that, the applicant has submitted a design review essentially to remodel and add on some new areas to that existing space. So by the time everything was completed, the business didn't really start operating till November 13th of 2025. And currently, Stereo 41 is operating as a full-service restaurant under a Type 47 alcohol business license, which does allow beer, wine, and distilled spirits. And the hours of operation are 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. 7 days a week. Alcohol is served both in the indoor and outdoor dining areas of the restaurant. And the outdoor dining permit does limit alcohol service until 11 p.m. 7 days a week. So that the outdoor dining area or alcohol service in that area is not affected by this use permit, and they'll stay in place as is. And the current security measures in place requires certification and training of all employees under the RBS program, and there is a manager on site to really oversee all operations 7 days a week, and there are security cameras installed throughout the restaurant as well. So tonight, the applicant is requesting to extend the alcohol hours for Fridays, Saturdays only. So the sales and service will be till 12:30, which is essentially a last call, letting customers know that there will be no alcohol service beyond 12:30 a.m., and then the consumption would be allowed till 1 a.m. And here's just a closer look at the site photos and floor plan. So as mentioned earlier, the CUP tonight is only for the indoor dining area, so the request to extend alcohol hours will only apply to the indoor dining area. And the photos you see here is the top is the entrance of the building, and the photo here is taken from Commercial Lane. This is essentially the outdoor dining area behind, if you go in through this door here, and I believe you can also access the outdoor dining area from the entrance to the left side. And before you tonight are these findings, conditional use permit findings that will need to be made in order to approve this project. And here are additional conditional alcohol findings that are required to be made. And all of these findings are addressed and outlined in your draft resolution, attachment 1. And I'm happy to go over any of them or elaborate if needed. So tonight, staff does recommend that the Planning Commission move to adopt the draft resolution approving the conditional use permit, allowing the alcohol sales and service till 12:30 a.m. and consumption of alcohol till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturdays only. And with that, I do conclude my presentation, but happy to answer any questions.
Questions for staff? Commissioner Klopp.
Oh, I'm still on, sorry. Thank you for the presentation. Hope you're feeling better soon.
Thank you.
The one question I had or comment I had was I appreciated the concept of limiting this hour extension to just Friday and Saturday. If I remember correctly, there's a provision that after a year of performing well on the Friday, Saturday, it can be expanded to other days of the week by an action of just the chief of police and the community development director. Am I right? in
That's
that?
correct. And that's actually condition number 4, and it's on page 5 of attachment 1.
Perfect.
Just to follow up on that, if that provision were not in there, then after a year, in order to do that, they would have to come back to the commission, is that correct?
That is correct.
So we're
And
basically
typically,
deputizing the community development director and the police chief to,
typically that is the process that we follow. But given that there have been no calls of service in the last few months for this business, and they have other business, the owner has other businesses operating in Walnut Creek that have not received any calls for service, we've provided this condition. Obviously, after further review at that time, 1 year from today, we can then make that call. So just trying to streamline the process if we can for businesses that are in good operations.
thank you. Questions, Commissioner Count?
I appreciate that there are business owners of multiple businesses that have such an excellent track record, and that was taken into account with this plan. Can you just, for the purposes of the public to understand, talk about what it looks like if there are any issues over the coming year after, if this is approved?
So this is operating under, if this conditional use permit is approved tonight, it would operate allowing the alcohol extended hours only on Friday and Saturdays. And of course, 1 year from this, if they were to extend the hours of operation, they would need to come into the city offices, submit an updated operating plan, and at that time, the Walnut Creek Police Department, which I can also let the lieutenant elaborate if needed, but they will review that and check the records to see if there's any calls for service or there's been any activity that would require either obviously a rejection of that condition or having them come before this commission.
Any other questions? Not, thank you. I don't know if the police would like to give a quick presentation of what you've learned? No? Okay. They've been good citizens, I think. Okay. Then I will let the applicant here.
Victor?
Victor, do you like to make a presentation or tell us anything? Welcome.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I didn't come prepared with a presentation, but just here to field any questions if you guys had any, and thank you for, taking the application for the CUP, and I appreciate it.
questions?
No, my name's Victor, Victor Gapin.
Good to meet you.
Sorry.
Do you see any difficulty in, right now, the outdoor dining and the indoor close at the same time?
No,
Or a situation where you're closing 2 hours earlier on the outdoor,
sure. Yeah.
how that transition takes place?
So right now, we close them both at the same time, just because we're not open past 11 anyways. In the future, what we'll end up doing is just shutting that area down at, 10 o'clock probably, which is normal dining. That's like when our kitchen would technically close if we were open till 11 anyways. And then moving all of our operations exclusively indoors at 11.
So by the time 11 rolls around, there probably shouldn't be nobody there.
Most people don't want to be outside. Our restaurant has a full-time DJ as well. That's inside, so no one wants to stand outside of the space anyways. So
Very good. Any other questions?
I do. Thanks for being here. I have yet to darken the doorway, but I'm looking forward to it. But can you is it more of a restaurant? Is it a bar? Is it?
yeah, so the best way I can describe it is it's basically a restaurant with a really good sound system and a well-curated playlist. So restaurant, we have a bar. The majority of our business is the food sales. It's like 80%, 70 or 80% of our business. So, and with the addition of the late night hours, we will also have food until around midnight. So I see the split being, still pretty heavily in the favor of food.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Is there any member of the public who wishes to speak on this matter? Seeing none. Bring it back to the commission. Any comments? No comments whatsoever. Very chill group tonight.
I guess, Mr.
And
Chairman, I'll make
ask for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Cloud.
I'd like to move the approval of the conditional use permit, application number Y25087, Stereo 41, extension of hours for alcohol sales, service, and consumption on Bonanza Street.
Second.
Okay. There's no further comments on the motion. Call for the roll.
Are we ready? Commissioner Klopp,
Approve.
Commissioner Strongman,
Yes.
Commissioner Moran,
Yes.
Commissioner Count.
Yes.
Have we missed anybody besides the chair? Chair Anderson.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Very good. Thank you very much. And
Okay.
are there any commission considerations we should take note of?
I have a couple staff announcements,
Okay.
if we want to get to that. We have an upcoming meeting where we'll have bring some food. It could be a long one. We'll have Mitchell Townhomes, and we'll have the Porsche dealership, and we'll also have potentially, I think I think it's going to stay on the agenda, a mobile trailer over at the Children's Hospital. We recently approved and special use permit for one. They want to do another one. It's much smaller one, much smaller space. And also, thank you, Commissioner Cowan. You brought today, she asked me about the League of Cities Planning Commission Academy. It is March 11th through the 13th. It's at the Anaheim Sheraton. I know in past years that the city had budget to send commissioners, but how time changes. However, we are a member of the League of Cities, which brings down the registration fee dramatically from $1,700 to $700. So that's, if you do register, make sure you register as a city commissioner, City of Walnut Creek. And that is all I have.
Any other commission comments or announcements, reports? If not, then we go to the ever popular item 7, adjournment.
Okay.
We are adjourned until February 12th. Thank you all.
Wow.